Hello and welcome. It's another weekend and this is time for Week in Review. For some of the updates that you have missed during the week, this is another time for you to catch up. My name is Martia Umar. Thank you for joining us. So we begin with the president saying that his administration will consolidate on gains achieved in security and will work more on improving the economy before its exit on the 29th of May 2023. The president spoke on Wednesday during the week at the State House Abuja when he received an audience executive members of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria. And the Ohinoi of Ibiraland, Dr. Ado Ibrahim, has said that the allegations levied against him during the recent state visit of the President Muhammadu Buhari by the Kogi state government is unfortunate and unfounded. The monarch said this in his response to the query given to him by the Kogi state government, and he said that there was no iota of truth in the allegations leveled against him, stressing that there was no official letter informing him of the visit of the President Muhammadu Buhari on the 29th of December 2022 to commission the legacy project of Governor Yahya Bello. He said that the State Commissioner of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Salami Ziggy, DDET, visited him on 28 December 2022 at about 9:30 p.m., informing him of the president's visit to Okene the following day to commission some projects. He also added that in the said visit, DDET instructed him to stay back in his palace while the president will be coming to pay a courtesy visit upon his arrival and later commission the Oyinoi's palace at about 10 a.m. Also alleged that the president was to commission another palace other than his current palace that he has been occupying since he was coronated in 1997. He said despite the unfortunate incident, he will continue to reign over the good people of Ibira land with good conscience and convictions as he has been doing since he became their paramount leader since 1997. And away from Kogi State, during the week, bandits in Zamfara released Colonel Rabiu Garba, who is retired, and his children after the payment of 10 million ransom. A retired colonel was described as his adoption by suspected terrorists as a blessing to Zamfara State and Nigeria at large. He was abducted on the 1st January 2023 along the Gusau Safe Road and taken to an unknown location. He was recently released by the suspected terrorist after payment of ransom, and amount Rabiu Garba did not want to disclose, but according to other reports, it was 10 million naira. Colonel Garba, retired, revealed that he met with high-profile terrorists, including those the Nigerian military had declared wanted, adding that some of the messages the terrorists gave him were not fit to be disclosed to journalists. He told journalists that it is because of the messages the terrorists want him to pass across to the federal government that made them not to maltreat or malhandle him.
I want to use this short opportunity to thank, first of all, thank Almighty Allah for the mercy and the blessing that shown to me and my family this morning. And secondly, also extend my sincere gratitude to the state government and the people of Zamfara State for their support and prayers. Me to be in this place this morning. I just believe and hope my kidnapping or being kidnapped should be a blessing to the entire people of Zamfara State and the country in general.
And to issues of communal clashes, some communities in southern parts of Kaduna recently came under attack, leading to loss of many lives and destruction of properties. Survivors and victims of the attack recount the experiences. Ali Ahmed sent in this report from Kafanchan as presented in our studio during the week.
It was on a Sunday night when most families retired to sleep that the gunmen attacked the Malagung and Sokwang communities in Kaura local government areas of Kaduna State, killing about 40 people. Narrating his ordeal, Nathan Thomas Yashim, who lost his father, stepmother and some relatives, said they were ambushed by the attackers.
10 a.m. and 10 p.m. we saw some van security came and stopped here. After some time they drove around there. We thought those people were to help us because there was a rumor that they will attack our community. Meanwhile, there was an ammo tank here. So that they came through that night, we thought they were for our help, not knowing that it is the evil perpetrators that were busy planning their attack. I was right outside when they started shooting. That is my house. I ran to my father just to rescue them. That was why I left my vehicle, so that I can convey them out of the... in coming here, already they are here. They were just in those... We cannot just say their numbers. They were too numerous.
Another victim, Ishaku Aluwang from Sokong community, said that he was attacked on his way back from his ginger farm by dagger-carrying attackers.
So, kabanin wucin tafiya na yace shi fa lalle ba zai bar ni ba sai yace zai susuke ni da ukan sai na roke shi na bashi hakuri.
I am begging them to spare my life, but he collected the cutlass and attacked me. That's how my hand was macheted, because I raised it to protect my head. I am the largest farmer in my community, but the attackers have ruined my life. I don't know where and how to start from because I depend on farming to earn my living. They have reduced me to square zero. An aged woman, Elizabeth Joel from Sokong, said the attackers came to her room and asked her to leave immediately or she will be killed. After the attack, military men were deployed and stationed around the communities. The community called on the government to do the needful to bring back peace to the communities and bring the culprits to book.
And also on a sad one, the family of the deceased son of Senator Kabir Gaya, SADIQ Gaya, has petitioned the Inspector General of Police and the Director of Public Prosecution at the Ministry of Justice to intervene and ensure that justice is served. The family, through its lawyer, is requesting that the suspect be rearrested, detained and subsequently put on trial to determine whether they are innocent or not. The report. Addressing the media on Wednesday, the family is alleging that 6 persons, including Abdul Omolori, the son of former clerk of the Senate, Sani Omolori, who were initially arrested in connection with the incident, have been released on bail. They said they believe there is an attempt by the investigating police officers to cover up the matter since the evidence available from the autopsy and the witness are with security agencies who are yet to act on the evidence.
In this particular case, no charge has been preferred. They were never brought before the court of law in connection to the crime. They were arraigned for a different thing entirely that had nothing to do with the crime that they committed. And on the grounds of those false arraignments, they were released on bail because the crime for which they were arraigned were bailable offenses and not the real crime that they committed. Which means that in the circumstance, we call on the IG to look into the IPOs who were involved in this case and let questions be asked in the circumstance.
And the first doctor's reports did not indicate that he drowned, because after killing him, they went and dumped him in the swimming pool to show as if he was drowned already. But all we know is that the police have seriously compromised, because Omolori is a big man, he has money, he has been giving them dollars as we had. There's nothing to hide because we're in Nigeria, because there's no way that a case of murder will be turned to something else and then gone to court under another case entirely, removing the mother and everything that transpired. No judge would have bailed him because any case of murder is not bailable in Nigeria yet.
The FCT Police Command, through its spokesperson, Josephine Ade, had announced the arrest of suspects in connection with the death of the Kano-born 34-year-old father of 2 in mysterious circumstances on September 13, 2022, as his body was recovered from a hotel pool. But on the recent development, it is yet to issue an official statement on the matter. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja. And still on the case of the abducted train passengers in Edo State, the recent development is that the Edo State government says efforts are still ongoing to rescue the remaining victims of the Saturday's attack at a train station in Igwe-Ben local government area of the state. Another state commissioner for communications and orientation, Chris Neikari, disclosed this while giving an update of the attack. And according to him, 20 persons were kidnapped and not 31. Adding that while 7 persons have been rescued, 13 persons remain in the den of the abductors. He explained that the job of securing lives and property is in the hands of the federal government, noting that there is a limit to abilities of the local security network. Neikari, however, said that the governor, Godwin Obasaki's administration, will do all it can to protect lives and properties in the state and as well as support security agencies and the safe returns of those kidnapped at the train station.
From intelligence, we have discovered that the kidnappers actually made a way of successfully holding just 13 hostages, not 31 as previously thought. I think they must have taken maybe 20. 6 were rescued or 7 were rescued, and the balance is 13 with them. The operation is still ongoing, and we are confident that very soon the ordeal of these innocent citizens will come to an end.
And you're watching Week in Review on Trust TV. More stories to come after the break. To stay with us.
Now, as part of efforts to support Africa's goal of strengthening...
Now, looking at the activity chart, as you can see right here, a total volume of 130...
Treated a Boko Haram crisis that at that time was restricted to Yobe.
How secure are they? You can see security men with blood.
This is the road leading up to the...
Or really, if you look at English squad, you are looking at EPL, you are looking at their names. You are not looking at...
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is still Week in Review on Trust TV. And still ahead, students of Taraba State University Jalingo during the week staged a protest at the school and blocked the Jalingo Bali Gambo and the Jalingo Bali Takum roads as part of the protest against the institution's no salary, no exams policy. The protest saw students of the institution burning tires around the school and on the major roads linking the state capital, as lecturers of the institution refused to commence examination for the semester. Recall that staff of the institution had last week protested around the school over non-payment of their salaries and threatened a no salary, no exams action. The university staff, led by NASU chairman Solomon Shaya Audu and the SANU chairman Beatrice Joseph, in their protest later presented to the Vice Chancellor on Sunday, Abako, are demanding payment of the salary balance of March and June 2022 and payment of outstanding responsibility and that of hazard allowances for September 2021, payment of the 75% outstanding third-party deductions of October 2021, as well as a payment of the outstanding full salaries of July to December 2022. Other demands include the payment of the outstanding promotion arrears of the non-academic staff, payment of earned administrative allowances for non-teaching staff on the ratio of 50-50 with the academic staff, and the review of the usurpation of headship that are meant for the non-academic staff by the academic staff of the institution. Meanwhile, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Sunday Bako, while addressing the protesting staff, assured that the university management and the government were working hard to meet the legitimate demands of the staff. And now to those states where the government has threatened to banish the Olukare and the Owa-Ale in Ikare Akoko, the headquarters of Akoko North East local government area of the state. This is coming after incessant communal clashes between the two leaders. Recently, a violent clash in the community resulted in the death of 2 persons, while several houses and shops were burnt and all set ablaze. But furthermore, the state government has relaxed the 24-hour curfew imposed on the Asian town from dusk till dawn, from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Commissioner for Information and Orientation Bamidele Ademola disclosed this while briefing journalists on the outcome of the state executive council meeting and said that council resolved that any further crisis for escalation in Ikare will result in the banishment of the Olukare and Owa-Ale. And the joint border patrol team of the Nigerian Customs Service during the week intercepted consignment of explosive and other prohibited items with cumulative duty value of over 1 billion naira in the northwest. The sector commander, controller Adeshomi Joseph, said this while briefing newsmen in Katsina on the activities carried out by the team against transborder crimes. Abdullahi Yamadi completes the story.
The team succeeded in seizing 501 caliber of live ammunitions and 39 cartons containing 6,240 pieces of explosive devices and pieces of jackknives, which were handed over to DSS Kebbi State Command. Controller Adesami said the team has also seized 400 pieces of rhino horns and 1,100 pieces of dried donkey skin.
The border drill was actually set up to enforce the closed borders. It started in 2019 when the federal government felt the security of the country was being threatened. So along the line, after some times, they were satisfied with the results. Some were opened, and we were now saddled with enforcing the closure of the ones that are not yet opened.
Other seizures made by the team in last year include illicit drugs like tramadol and cannabis sativa, which were handed over to NDLEA. Similarly, the team has in its custody several vehicles smuggled into the country through illegal routes.
I want to use this means to warn those who are still in this habit that as long as the border drill sector 4 is on ground, they will never succeed with their nefarious activities. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Whatever decision government has taken is for the interest, the best interest of the nation, and they should comply with it. And if they dare not, they will meet us at the battlefront.
This is in addition to assorted fertilizers, Chinese green tea, foreign food items such as rice, spaghetti, flour, salt, and milk, among many others. The Sector 4 Coordinator, Controller Adesami, however, calls on citizens of the country, especially in the Northwest region, to sustain the synergy and cooperation to reduce the menace of transborder criminalities. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Crossed Television News, Katsina.
The federal government has projected that Nigeria would put an end to the importation of petroleum products in the country soon. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timothy Silva, noted this at the resumption of the President Muhammadu Buhari's scorecard series from 2015 to 2023, saying by the first quarter of 2023, rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt refinery would be partly completed, while the 650,000 barrels per day capacity Dangote refinery would also be on steam.
In his opening remarks, the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, said the Buhari administration is leaving a petroleum sector that could serve the interests of the nation, especially with the Petroleum Industry Act 2021.
This act, which came into being after Mr. President signed the PIB into law, seeks to provide legal, governance, regulatory, and fiscal framework for the Nigerian petroleum industry.
Presenting the scorecard of the ministry, Timothy Silva said the Dangote refinery, the largest single-train refinery in the world with investment of over $25 billion United States dollars, would also be on stream before the end of 2023, in addition to several modular refinery projects in the country. Silva therefore assured Nigerians that with the combined production of the Port Harcourt refinery, Dangote refinery and the modular refineries, Nigeria would end importation of petroleum products into the country.
1,000 barrels per day refinery is being completed and is going to be started in Q1 2023 as promised. We have 2 port refinery and some of them were listed during the presentation. Of course, Dangote refinery is not a modular refinery, it's going to be the biggest refinery, and we are also hoping that that refinery will come on stream this year. And as you also said, we believe that once Dangote refinery comes on stream and our refineries that are being rehabilitated comes on stream, then of course we will no longer be depending on imported products to keep this country wet.
On the debate of fuel subsidy removal, the minister says the huge fund being spent on subsidy could be deployed to other developmental projects that would attract more investment in the petroleum sector and impact positively on many Nigerians. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And Nigeria's government during the week says it has so far recovered stashed looted funds in millions of pounds, euros and dollars, which it repatriated back to the country to finance areas of critical needs. Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, gave the figures at the ongoing President Muhammadu Buhari scorecard series by the Ministry of Information, highlighting achievements and the fight against terrorism using far-reaching legislations. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman was there and he filed in this report.
Enumerating his ministry's achievements, the Minister of Justice says the Buhari administration has made a mark in the area of looted assets recovery, which he explained were utilized to finance critical infrastructure and social interventions projects.
In 2020, again, we succeeded in recovering additional $311 million from US and JZ. The federal government deployed that amount of money in strategic infrastructural development in this country.
Malami says the fight against terrorism, criminal justice reforms and international arbitrations were pursued vigorously through international collaborations and robust legislations.
The case of P&ID involved an arbitral award of over $10 billion against Nigeria. As at the time we came in as a government, what was in place is a threat for enforcement of the payment of the arbitral award.
He said a total of 3,000 terrorism cases have also been profiled by the ministry, with over 1,500 cases prosecuted and 397 convictions secured against various terrorism charges. Coordinator of the PMB scorecard series and Minister of Information Lai Mohammed earlier said one of the legacies of the Buhari administration, Loco Waiter Bridge, is due for commissioning this month.
These infrastructures alone have cut the journey from the eastern part of the country to Abuja by 3 hours. Today, travelers coming from Enugu to Abuja who have no business in Lafia can come straight to Abuja via Kefi.
The PMB scorecard series, which has so far featured 18 ministers, was conceived to give account of the administration's stewardship from 2015 to date. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
They say that the waterways play a significant role in the transportation system of many developing countries due to their lower cost when compared to other alternatives. In a mega city like Lagos State, water transport helps to reduce traffic congestion on the roads and eases the movement of passengers and goods from one point to the other. In this report, we'll take a look at how water transportation is helping to address the challenges of traffic congestion in Lagos State. The report.
Driving within Lagos can be hectic as man-hours are wasted in traffic. The state of the roads and the conditions of some commercial buses, popularly known as danfo, also make movement very stressful for most Lagosians. Director of the Lagos State Waterways Authority, Emmanuel Oluwadaminola, speaks on some of the measures put in place to improve the water transport system in the state.
We've done several things to improve water transportation in the state. Some of these are the first of its kind waterways monitoring and data management center, which is otherwise called the waterways control room. So right from our stead here in Falomo, we can see several locations of what's going on the waterways, how boats are moving. We're able to begin to generate reliable data that is helping us make decisions. The government has also been able to donate life jackets year in, year out to existing boat operators. And it's not that we don't penalize those who have some standard life jackets, but government is a carrot and a stick approach.
Despite the many benefits of the water transport system, there are challenges according to some of the captains of boat and ferries.
Our manners of communications at times don't usually go together because you talk to them, they'll tell you you don't talk to them, like you don't address them the way you ought to. Like you telling someone to please buckle up the jacket, they will tell you, are you to tell me what to do?
The terminal is very, very good compared to the road. On the road, you can use 3 or 4 hours on the road, but inside the ferry, just 20 minutes or 30 minutes. If there is no any issue, you drop at 30 minutes or 20 minutes.
Transportation system is helping Lagos to escape the chaotic nature of the city, which is home to over 20 million residents.
And with that, we have come to the end of Week in Review. For more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, connect with us on all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.